Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1998 Arizona Diamondbacks Revisionist History. Yesterday we wrapped up the month of July, and at the end of every month we do a summary video where we take a look at the standings, the league leaders, and in this case, with the trade deadline passing yesterday, we'll take a look at all the trades that have taken place within the season. And so I guess we start this video off with a quick recap of our month, which was 16-8. By far our best month of the season. We are now officially 3 games over 500, which is good. We have won, 7 of 8 since our self-imposed trade deadline, which was right here after this road trip that ended with the Expos. So everything we've done so far has paid off with our trades. We got rid of a lot of payroll, with the exception of J. Bell. We got some decent players in return that are working out so far. Our rotation has been mediocre. Our bullpen is improved, although we haven't really seen the dividends yet. Our bats are going strong. So, we can say a lot of positive things right now. I would have really expected us to be out of the race. But if we look at the standings, which that's what I said we were going to do, we're going to do it. We look at the standings, you'll see we've won 6 in a row. We have the best 10-game record in the National League. We are batting .261, which is right there below league average, just a tick. And we are well above league average in home runs and stolen bases. In fact, we will likely be the first team to have 100 home runs and 100 stolen bases. And if you look at the the National League East, you'll see that Atlanta's got a 5-game lead over Montreal. I don't see how any team beats Atlanta. They have made a lot of trades in order to get rid of payroll themselves, but there's not another team in this division that's really going to give them a run. Certainly not Montreal. They are 5 games back. Florida, who won the World Series in '97, is a 500 team, and I don't suspect they will put it together anything that's going to give them an opportunity other than maybe as a wild card. You look at the Central. We've had a lot of flip-flopping in this division. Houston is the best team for sure, but Milwaukee's been in it since the beginning. So if anybody's going to give them a run, it will be the Brewers. Pittsburgh and Chicago would have to get past Milwaukee to get a wild card berth. St. Louis and Cincinnati are out of it. And everybody in our division is out of it because the Giants do have the most wins in the National League. The Dodgers are now 10 games out, and they do hold the wild card lead in the National League. So we know what we have to do. We have to get past the Dodgers if we want to have a shot. We can look at the wild card races right here, and you'll see that, we've really just got to get past our own division, like I just said. So definitely, I think that means that the ball is in our court, right? Like if we can beat the teams we need to beat, we'll have a shot. We're only 5 games back of the Dodgers. In the American League wild card, you'll see that the Royals, they have the number 1 seed, Boston and Toronto, and I guess Minnesota really still have a shot. Looking at the actual American League standings, New York and Boston, it's always New York and Boston. We'll see how that goes. Tampa Bay, an expansion team, better than Baltimore. Cleveland, although they have a 1-game lead only over the Royals, they do have the best record in the American League. And everybody else's division is pretty much toast. And then Seattle, thanks to Anaheim just completely imploding, and I think I'm using that word correctly. This team did everything wrong. They had the lead in the division. They blew up their payroll to a point where they had to make trades that would not benefit them. And they've taken all of their good players that were in their lineup to begin the season and stuffed them down into the minor league system when they would only be benefiting them in the majors. So like they've really blown any chance that they have. Seattle's got this division. It's a done deal. So, there's, I guess the best way to say it is like nothing's really been decided clearly as we start August tomorrow. Looking at, let's go back to the National League here. Going back to our division, I mean, like I said, we're 5 games back of the Dodgers. I did not think that we would be talking about a possible wild card berth, given all that we've had to do to get to this point. And when we do get to the to look at the trades, which I guess we'll do next here, you'll see that we've really almost completely changed over our rotation and our lineup. So let's go ahead and jump to that. We're going to go over here to transactions. And I've already got it set up for trades for the year. We'll go back to the first trade in season. And we're not going to do all of these trades, but we'll do the ones that are important to the teams that made the deals. This Oakland-Atlanta deal, not important, except that it really told us right from the beginning that Atlanta was going to be wheeling and dealing. And this trade is irrelevant in my mind, but for the reasons I just said, they have so many deals coming up. Now, very quickly, I realized we were in trouble with our rotation, and I traded David DeLucci to Houston, as you can see here. And DeLucci has been an everyday player for the Astros, and he's been pretty good. Now, defensively, he can only play left field. I always consider that to be a bit of a sim handicap, and his overall rating not being great. I would not have thought he'd perform to this level, but he's been pretty good, striking out a lot, but really getting the job done. He's got more doubles than anybody on our team, and that would have been a helpful thing to have. But in return, we got Pete Shorrock, and I feel like we've won that deal. Other than Andy Benez, who we've traded away, he's the only pitcher to make every start in the rotation so far this year. He's 8-7 with a 3.46 ERA, and he's got 94 strikeouts in 106 innings pitched. So pretty solid. Pardon me while I grab a drink. I'm sure you're begging for me to clear my throat. As you know, I'm just getting over COVID. That's why we didn't do anything yesterday. I do feel better, but my voice is not back yet. So, yeah, Pete Shorrock, I don't know if we've technically won this deal, but we have really benefited from him, and he's our number 2 pitcher right now. We also got a bunch of money, which early on we needed, because we were projected to lose a lot of money, and now we're projected to make over $1 million. We have more cash than we've ever had, and our payroll's $5 million under budget, so we've done well. Now, Cleveland, they're a first-place team, and so they traded for Chris Hoyles. That was a good deal. Look, he's got 16 home runs. He's driven in 62 RBI, he's been pretty damn good. So good job for the Indians getting him. They gave up Ben Broussard. He's a minor leaguer. Kansas City, trading within their division, they might regret that because Jose Offerman is the leadoff hitter for the Indians, and I guess he must be a platoon player and not very good defensively. But, helping out that team. Marco Scutaro is a minor leaguer, so nothing going on there. Okay, then we made a big deal. We got Pudge from Atlanta. Atlanta traded for Pudge in the preseason, and then they turned around and traded him to us because of the payroll ramifications on that team. So we really needed a catcher because we were going with Damian Miller, who's now the backup on this team. But Damian Miller, I had high hopes for because of his defensive ability, and I was just hoping he could hit. But he was terrible at the plate, still is. And Pudge comes in, and what does he do? He goes to the All-Star game. He's got 10 home runs, 49 RBI, batting .315 for us, batting, I think, .330 overall with his Atlanta stats. Very well could be our team MVP at this point. And absolutely doing a good job behind the plate. I mean, he is the defensive catcher of the generation, and yet he's only thrown out 31%. A career low for him. And actually, his range and WAR are negative compared to what it was coming into this season. So I don't know if the math on that is not mathin' or what, but nonetheless, for a sim, he's doing exactly what we need him to do. We also got Chris Hammond, who is still in our bullpen. Up and down, can't get lefties out as a lefty. But we've relied on him, and he's come through more often than not. We gave away a bunch of schlubs. Some backup catchers, backup outfielders. We gave up nothing, and we got $200,000 in this deal. So I believe these players might have had high ratings, but Jorge Fabregas is the backup catcher for the Braves, batting .275. That's the only thing of note. The other guys I do not believe are on the team. Okay, Oakland, this is a crazy deal. Oakland trades Matt Stairs to the Giants. Matt Stairs, pretty solid. Definitely a power hitter. 9 home runs. Giants are in first place. Just setting him right across the bay. In return, Oakland gets Joe Nathan, who's not even the closer. He wasn't the closer on the Giants. And he's not the closer on the A's, but he's doing a good job. I think that's an everybody wins kind of trade. And then that's when we realized that Greg Olson was not going to be our closer. We trade him to the White Sox, and he's 15 out of 18 with a 5 ERA. Absolutely terrible for us. I mean, look at those numbers. We could not do anything with him. It's hard to say he's figured it out for the White Sox, but he is their closer, and kind of pathetic. And we did try to make it a go. And we did get Nelson Cruz in that deal, and he's been great for us. So I like his strikeout to innings pitch ratio. And he's a multi-inning guy for us now with his endurance. We have him at the back of the bullpen. And getting the job done. And then we also realized that Willie Blair was terrible. We tried. Couldn't get it done. And he was on a major league deal. So we couldn't send him to the minors. We couldn't afford to cut him. So we were like, who can we dump this clown on? And we said, hey, let's go back to our buddies, the Astros. We just got Pete Shorrock. We had to throw in Lyle Overbay, who was our third first base option on our team. Probably never was going to play. We sent him to the Astros. He's in Double-A. And in return, we get our now staff ace, Mike Hampton, who's been great. Absolutely consistent. I love that about him. 6-3, 3.48 ERA. And he's arbitration eligible at the end of the year. We will give him a long-term deal, hopefully at a reasonable amount. So we've clearly won that deal so far. Baltimore, in the very first deal where Anaheim completely lost their shit, they trade for Roberto Alomar, making so much money. And Alomar's been, as good as, he's a Hall of Fame level player in the Hall of Fame, thrown out of the Hall of Fame. But, a pretty good player, right? And so he's been actually doing his job for the Angels. But that was the beginning of the end for them. And Baltimore gets John Lackey, but I think he's in the minors. Oh, no, he's made a couple trades. But, yeah, he is a couple starts, But he is in the minors. All right, and then an irrelevant trade. And then we go, okay, Sammy Sosa. One of the main reasons why we're doing this revisionist history, taking 20% off the home run totals to make it more realistic. What would happen if we made it more realistic? Well, Sammy Sosa gets traded to the Yankees. He's got 16 home runs, no doubles. a total of 22 between the teams. And, batting 277. So, showing some power, but not to the level that he had in real life. Obviously, he had, 66 home runs that year? I can't remember exactly. So, a good trade. Pardon me while I grab another drink. Okay, and then we have inconsequential trade. All right, then we have this big deal here. This one we lost. We traded for Andy Pettitte. Seemed like a good idea at the time. He was injured in that moment, so we had to wait like 3 weeks for him to actually make a start for us. And he was as bad as advertised. Like he had a 6 ERA when we traded for him, and he barely improved. And now he's on Anaheim. We traded him later. You'll find that out. And he's just as bad for them. So we kind of assisted in sinking that Anaheim ship. Andy Pettitte, who would have thunk it? Bad. So that's a bad deal. Borowski's in our minor leagues. We did give him a bunch of opportunities. He has a minor league option, so we were able to send him down. That's fine. Andy Cannizaro is in single A. And he'll get a shot someday. We traded away Devon White, who was really our everyday leadoff hitter. Not very good at stealing bases. But we liked him. He showed some power. And he was very good defensively. We got rid of Jeff Suppan, another starter. He's currently injured, but yeah, that didn't work out so well. Willie Banks, Cabrera, and we turned around George Lombard, who we just got from the Yankees. So then, in other news, Wade Boggs got traded to the Anaheim Angels, and he made one appearance. He's in AAA, age 40. I mean, why would they do that? I have no idea. They got nobody in return. Anaheim trading for Tony Gwynn. They get two of the best hitters of all time. Tony Gwynn's in AA. I don't get this game. You should not be allowed to do that. And then Robin Ventura goes to Boston. That sounds like a good idea. Changing his socks. Ha ha ha. 271 batting average. And he's injured currently. But looks like he's been helping them out. In return, White Sox got some schlubs. Biggio goes to Cleveland. So Cleveland making intelligent deals. Batting 270. Playing second base. Was he still a catcher back then? Oh, no, he's 32. Those days were well over. Might have been in center field. Houston does get Danny Baez, but he was a minor leaguer. Okay. And then the Padres trade Ken Caminiti to Cleveland. So Cleveland's on a heater right now, making deals. Only 3 home runs, though. Batting 208. So not great. Padres trade Trevor Hoffman to the Giants. Hoffman becomes their closer. Rob Nen goes to the bullpen, to the setup role, and he's 18 for 18, pitching actually better than he did for the Padres. That might be the best trade so far. They had to give up really nothing. Torrealba was a decent catcher. Atlanta trades Kevin Millwood to Baltimore. Wow, that's actually amazing. 5-2, 245. That's a great job. Atlanta, I mean, that's not even a payroll shedding. I don't know why they would do that. And then they turned around and traded. Oh, because they got cash back. So they're trying to save their ass here with these two deals. Glavine goes to Baltimore in a separate deal. So Baltimore just sent them $6.7 million. Glavine going to Baltimore. He's a free agent at the end of the year, too. So, obviously just a rental. Okay, then we made a trade. This is maybe the trade that kick-started our entire second half of the season, because we're into July at this point. This is after the All-Star break. We traded for Todd Walker. God, I mean, he's been amazing, batting .412, over 1,000 for an OPS, showing power, stealing some bags. He's got more hits in 35 games than he did in 61 for Minnesota. I mean, where would we be without him right now? Giving us some offense at a position where we had none. Mark Redmond, we gave him a couple of starts. No, I guess we gave him one. He might get called back up here if one of our, if Reed Cornelius doesn't get the job done. We gave up another catcher and Jack Cust, a DH potentially. That was a good deal. Then Ray Langford goes to Boston. Batting .300, pretty good. Very useful. And then Anaheim. Okay, Anaheim's like, I know that we've lost every pot so far, but we're going all in. They trade for Gary Sheffield, who was injured. Sheffield making the most money, $15 million of anyone in the game, and he's batting .155 with one home run. And that's it. That is the atomic bomb dropped on Southern California right there. Oh, man. That is the worst. Wow. I mean, of all the bad trades that I've made in this game, I've never had that kind of blemish on my record. That is amazingly bad. And then what do? They go ahead, well, let's go get another first baseman. And he's batting .282. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to get those mid-level players that bring us some stability to a role. You go out there for the number one player in the, in the game, in payroll and in probably rating, and they just let you down. And also, Anaheim giving up all their AAA level quality players. Now they they did trade away Jack McDowell, and now he's injured and done until next year. He wasn't making that much money, but that was actually probably a good move. And then we have Phil Nevin, third baseman, going to Cincinnati. With all the third basemen in their mind, like Wade Boggs, you think they would trade away Phil Nevin, but I mean, he was batting .290. Why would they do that? I don't know. Free agent. He's going to cost money. I guess that's why. God, some just absolute dumb trades. Because this is the first year of our sim, there are more trades than you would expect. I mean, this is not normal for this game to have this many trades. It's just trying to even out payroll, and I don't know. I mean, why else would you trade Albert Bell? He's traded to the Red Sox. I got to get him a card. My bad. And he's played in 5 games. Useless. They did give up some. Well, they gave up Okajima. Okay, here we go. This is where we had our trade deadline deals. We traded Andy Benez to Anaheim. We gave up big payroll and our best pitcher so far, and he's 1-1 with a .251 ERA. So, oh wait, we traded him to the Reds. Wait, why is this messed up? Oh, these are out of order. My bad. Okay, we'll just start here. That's fine. We also gave up Padilla. In return, we got Jared Fernandez. Made 2 starts. Was so-so. And as you can see, he's injured for another month. We got Demeet Hook. He's awesome. Danny Graves. He's awesome. So we got rid of payroll, and we helped out our major league roster. Then we traded away Silky Gilkey and Durazo. This was a payroll dump. We had to include Durazo with Gilkey. All we got was Olmedo Science, and he's got 2 home runs for us since the trade. So that worked out great. Pardon me. We traded, what did we do here? Anaheim. Why am I missing this? I don't see this. To Anaheim. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, so here's the Pettit deal. We turned around and trade Pettit to Anaheim. We got Percival and Peralta. Percival's been very good. Peralta's been so-so. And then 2 other trades, not including us. Trot Nixon goes to Montreal. And Miguel Tejada goes to Toronto. So pretty big deals there. But ultimately, I feel like we got just the right amount of quality players there. I'm going to take a moment here, take a break, and I'll be right back. Okay, to you, that was just a blip. For me, it was a nice 15-minute break so I could pull my voice back together. I appreciate it, you bearing with me. I feel fine. I just can't get my throat to heal. Probably not great. Speaking for 1 hour straight, but I got some cough drops in. I got the extra tea here. I'll be fine. All right. So we wrapped up the trades, and I guess what I want to say about that, just to put it to bed, is we did what we needed to do to make this team viable for the future. We did get rid of some really good quality players that certainly would have helped us this year. But I feel like we had to make some sacrifices, especially in payroll, to allow us to take our budget and spend money on making our farm system, scouting, and medical staff work for us, We were 29th or 27th in all of these categories, and the money that I saved, I spent, for now at least, on this. We have the 21st highest payroll. So, we are a profitable business as of right now. We weren't before. So, when we get to the off season, we can get a couple reasonable free agents to fill in. We sign Percival and Hampton to reasonable deals, hopefully, and we'll be good, for next year. So, there we go. We looked at the standings. We looked at the trades so far this year. Now we'll wrap it up with the league leaders. This will be interesting because now we really should be seeing, the season take shape statistically. And obviously, Nefi Perez would never be batting .374, or Jason Bates. Todd Helton and Dante Bichette are batting probably what they could do in real life. But now we only have, what do we have it here? 20 batters, including Barry Bonds, batting over 300. So, I mean, the numbers are becoming more and more realistic. I have no idea what Nefi Perez is going to bat this season, but he's going to have to go like 0 for 150 just to get it to a reasonable level. So we have Pudge, we have Bobby. At this point, still doing their gerbs, getting hits, getting on base, and showing us that they were worthy to keep. So good job there. We're going to do all the batting and fielding stats first, and then the pitching stats. I mean, some of this stuff is irrelevant, but I'm always curious. At bats, we don't have anybody because we trade everybody. Doubles. John Olerud's got 32. We've got nobody. I think this is just more about gameplay. Like when you're playing a game, you're not going to get a lot of doubles. Grounding the double plays. We don't have anybody on that list, but Todd Helton has 26. Extra base hits. Ryan Klesko with 54. Oh, what a surprise. 3 players who play in human control games all have right around the same. What a surprise. Okay, let's look at the fielding. This is always the thing that I'm most interested in. The best fielding catcher is Scott Service for the Cubbies. Pudge, right in the middle of the pack. Okay. At first base, Todd Helton and Travis Lee. Lee has not made an error yet. Durazo's down here. Yeah, Mark McGwire, great first baseman. Okay. Second base, Junior Spivey. Now a platoon player, but Brett Boone, Mickey Mordini, Jason Bates, all right there. Third base, Matty Williams right in the middle, Edgardo Alfonso at the top. Shortstop, Chris Gomez, 985. And Jay Bell, despite his 76 defensive rating, I mean, he's really getting the job done, I guess. Left field. Whoa, Dimitri Young, I did not realize that when I traded for him. He's one of the worst. Tony Phillips has been cut. Tony Phillips is on the free agent market. Wow, the Mets gave him 280 at-bats, and they cut him. The guy will take a walk. I'm not going to pay him $1.1 million. That's interesting, though. Mark Smith, number 1. Center field, Marquise Grissom and Mike Warner. Rob Ryan down there. Yeah, he makes a lot of errors. I didn't think that would happen. And in right field, Bobby, way at the bottom, and Mike Dar at the top. Guerrero, close by. Okay. Games played. 3 players have 100. Royce, Nefi Perez, and Jason Williams for Cincinnati. Rob Ryan on the list. That's because he pinch hit like every game. He was our first bat off the bench until we gave him the everyday, at bats. Okay, hits. Nefi Perez has 151 hits already. That's amazing. Pudge has 121 combined. Bobby's got 113. Pretty cool. I mean, Nefi Perez is on like an Ichiro pace. That's amazing. Who's been hit by the pitch the most? DeLucci, Vina, Kevin Young. Nobody in our team. Home runs. This is what we want to see. Vladdy Daddy's got 29. I feel like he's been stuck on that for a while. So as I mentioned, and as you know already, we decreased home run potential by 20% in the sim settings. And we're right on pace for that. We're right on pace for about 4,000 home runs. when in real life they hit just a little over 5,000, like 5,023 or something in all of baseball. So we're right on pace, and that blows my mind. Good job by Baseball Mogul. Got to give them props. So, yes, these numbers do not stack up to what actually happened that year, but that's what we wanted. So that's what I wanted anyway. That's the whole premise. So that's cool. Intentional walks. Raul Mondesi. The only guy on the Dodgers that has power is Mondesi, so that makes sense. And the same could be said for Vladimir Guerrero. On base percentage. I mean, Bobby is walking. That is amazing. I mean, Barry Bonds, that makes sense. I mean, 413. He's got 53 walks, 54 strikeouts. Now, that is a guy you could keep. Oh, it says he's arbitration eligible at the end of the year, too. Yeah, boy. Well, we're going to have the money. We'll figure out a way to make it work. Outfield assists. Bobby's right there, too, but everybody runs on Bobby, so he's going to get lucky sooner or later. Jay Payton. An 88 arm. Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, good job by Bobby. Let's see here. I don't really care about that. On base plus slugging. There's Bobby. There is Pudge. Bonds, number 1. Well, let's look at Barry Bonds, right? I mean, we are doing this because of Barry Bonds, basically. Although Barry Bonds was not the home run hitter in '98 that he would become, he was a consistent non-steroidal hitter. But, yeah, I mean, he's on pace for another 40 home runs, batting .300, taking his walks. He's doing what he should have been doing. Plate appearances. We don't care about this. Jose Valentin, though. Okay, I don't really care about range factor. RBI. Bags has 82 with 2 months to go. Oh, what a surprise. You mean we have 3 starters all within the same amount for RBI? That makes sense. Runners thrown out by the catcher. Now, Pudge's percentage isn't very good, but he does have the second most runners thrown out. Brad Ausmus, he was a good defensive catcher. He's no Pudge Rodriguez, but, you know. I mean, Mike Piazza, maybe one of the worst catchers, has thrown out 26, but how many people have run on him? 123 attempts. And Pudge, 71. Right? That makes sense. All right. There's the percentages. Overall, Pudge at 34.1. So he's third. Like, it could be worse. Runs scored. All right, Bobby, number 6. Matt Williams down at the bottom. Barry Bonds, number 1. Sacrifice hits. J. Bell. These are all pitchers, except for J. Bell. Okay. Sack flies. Nobody in our team. Jason Williams for some reason. I never try to use a sacrifice fly in the drop-down menu, mostly because I don't feel like it ever works. And all you really ever end up doing is an automatic out and sometimes a double play. Here's slugging. Good to see 3 of our hitters. There's, 2, 3, and 4 right in a row in our lineup. That's a big part of our success. Stolen bases. Trinidad Hubbard with 53. 53 out of 62. That's a good ratio. Bobby and Rob Ryan with 15. Very cool. All right. Stolen base success. Eric Stuckenschneidy. 10 for 10. Okay. That's not going to get you any awards. Who's striking out the most? Melvin Nieves. That's one of the cooler cards we have in our sim. I mean, these guys are all schlubs. Derek Lee's not a schlub. Okay. Triples. 4 with 6. J Bell and Pudge. Pudge has 4 triples. That's insane. Walks. Bobby right there, 53. Bonds has 83. Yeah, Bonds. No one's going to beat Bonds. Okay, so there we go. Now let's go back to batting average. And then we'll just flip it over to the American League. And we'll just look at the main leaders here. Come on. Okay. Rusty Greer. The Big Hurt. Will the Thrill. Chuck Knobloch. I mean, these are real hitters actually hitting well. Now, how many have 300 or better? 10. Kenny Lofton and Joe Randa right there. So the American League is actually hitting more accurately. It's got to be the Coors Field effect, right? I mean, that's what I would think, but I don't know. And Tony Clark is at 30, so he was actually leading all of baseball with 30. And then a big drop-off to Bell, now on Boston. Canseco, Griffey, Tino Martinez. I mean, these are all home run hitters. That's interesting. RBI is Juan Gone, and stolen bases. Kenny Lofton has more than Trinidad Hubbard. 60 for 68. All right, pretty cool. Let's look at pitchers, and then we'll wrap it up, and we'll give my voice a break. Just going in order. Complete games. Does anybody have any real complete games? Yeah. Kevin Brown, Nomo, you would expect them. Alex Fernandez and Stottlemyre as well. ERA. Ted Lilly, 232. Only 2 pitchers below 3 in the National League. That makes sense. There's Hampton and Shorrock in the middle of the leaderboard. Games pitched. This is going to be all our team, right? Omar Dawes played in half the games so far. And Felix isn't that far behind him. There's Chris Hammond. Then we've got... What do we got here? Who's hit the most batters? I'm curious. Masumi Kawada of Pittsburgh's hit 9 batters already. Home runs allowed. Javier Vasquez, a rookie, giving up 21. And then some 3 schlubbies giving up 20. Brian Anderson, still in the rotation, giving up dongs. Innings pitched. Yeah, we don't have anybody on this list. Andy Benez would be number 5. Andy Ashby, just a tick over Ted Lilly. Let's see. I don't really care about any of that. Quality starts. I'm curious. Yeah, Ted Lilly. Ted Lilly's going to be Rookie of the Year and win the Cy Young at this pace. Then we have... What do we have here? Saves. Trevor Hoffman over Billy Wagner. Felix Rodriguez is leading our team with 9. Pretty solid. Shutties. Brown. Wow, 3 Dodgers have 2 shutouts. And Kevin Brown. 22 starts is the high for that category. We're not there. Strikeouts pitched. Lilly has 150. I mean, he's a Triple Crown winner. Well, assuming he's ahead in wins. I don't know. But a Triple Crown rookie winner. That would be amazing, right? Okay, well, wins. Ted Lilly with 14 already. There's no way the game is going to let him keep up that pace. It's just not possible. Okay, well, let's just take a look at the 4 major categories for the American League. We'll go back to ERA. We'll go to the American League. Wow, 1 pitcher below 3. That's Randy Johnson. Look at all the big names. The American League is actually performing properly, which is something. So there's ERA. Here's wins. Then we'll look at strikeouts and saves. Brett Sabes, he's got 14. And then we have strikeouts pitched. It's got to be Randy Johnson, right? Pedro, then Randy Johnson. Wow, Pedro's got a big lead. And saves. And then we'll wrap it up. Jeff Montgomery and Randy Myers. Percival had 20 before he got traded. Okay, so there you go. There's the league leaders for the National League and the American League. We'll take a look at the calendar here as we turn the page into the dog days of August. I see a lot of away games here. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 11 home games. And that would mean 20 and 18 away games. So, I mean, this is going to be what's going to break us probably. We're not going to win a lot of road games, especially against division leaders like the Giants. The Dodgers, of course, we're going to have to try to get over them to get into the playoffs. So we got our work cut out for us. That's going to be tough. So thanks for watching, guys. Come back tomorrow with a better voice, I hope. Until then, everyone, have a great day.